I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Today's Friday, May 29th, and this is the QOL pre-market analysis. And let's just get right into it right now so we can get into the trading day and then start enjoying our weekend here. No economic data I see that's going to impact us today. Markets are just grinding higher, making new highs. So it's something that everybody's just kind of weary, just kind of waiting for the hammer to drop and the markets to pull back. But it's been a relentless grind higher, so nothing wrong with that, I guess. I don't see you got some Fed speak happening at 8:10 before the market opens. Chicago PMI after the market opens for 15 minutes, and then you got some Fed speak at 11:40 today. So that's about it there. Let's get right into it. VIX popping down, dipped below our 1574 we spoke about yesterday pre-market. Closed that gap there, which was nice. Like the VIX just kind of hang out here for a while for things to be calm and trading to be normal. We are below the 20-day at 1733, below the 200 at 1843. That's where you want to be, and the 50, of course, is way up there at 1996. Very good there on the VIX. Things seem to be calm, even though there's a deal in the makings right now, but it's not a full deal. It's a 60-day ceasefire, and while I appreciate the 60-day pause, I'd like to be optimistic that a deal is going to stand true, but if anybody's followed the Middle East for years, they've seen that there's been deals and broken all the time. Contracts are only as good as the two people signing it. So, hopefully it comes through. But anyways, let's go to the crude, or actually Brent. We have a little gap down here from, I think it was from Monday. So that's still holding true at 99.57. You've got, we are approaching the 100-day moving average at $88.68 a barrel. So, I'd like to see us get below that. That would be nice. But I would imagine that if we get there may be a little support there on the oil side. We have these gap downs here, one from the 22nd at $103.58 a barrel. That is right in line with the 20-day moving average, $104.12. And then I'm trying to see if we had some other gaps. No, I guess that's the last gap right there. So I do like where that comes in to fill right below the 50 and the 20-day moving average. We like oil down here for our pocketbooks when we go to the gas tank. However, elevated oil prices are actually good for equities and are good for the U.S. because we are a net exporter of oil. So I'm a little suspicious on the pricing here. Anyways, that's Brent. Here's crude oil. Same thing. We'd like to see crude get below this 100-day moving average. $83.35 a barrel. We want this down here. Well, actually, I'd like to see it below the 200-day moving average at 71.96. That will release the tension on our pocketbooks when we go to the gas station. So, midterms coming up right now. You better believe that the administration's looking at these levels. So let's get into our broader markets. By the way, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button and like this video. And then in the description down below, you can join our Discord community, free Discord community. And then if you want to upgrade, you can come into our trading room from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. For live trading, I go over options trades, and I've been going over this the new indicator that I've been building, which is fantastic. We'll be there in a minute, and we'll go over all of that. And by the way, I put these links also in the chat here so you can get to our website. And if you click on the website, you can put your name and your email address in there in the Join QOL circle, and you will get a free subscription every Sunday with the market review and what's ahead in the weeks to come. It's a newsletter. I've put out 10 editions so far. Every Sunday you will get one late in the evening to kind of give you a head start for what's happening in geopolitically, and also what's on the docket for the following week. So getting right into today, we're above the previous all-time highs here, which was recently. It's 75, 70, 75. As long as you're above this, I think you're gonna, just have some upside here. I don't have any upside targets other than this 200% extension at 77.50, 77.59. Above that, we got a midline regressional trend line sitting at 78.3605. And above that, we have this upper regressional trend line from October 12th of 2022 sitting at 81.3920. So these are long-term lines, long-term levels that we have up there. So I would say if you lose this 75, 70, 75, this is a speed zone here, straight uphill, no real up and down trading here happening here. So I think if you lose that, you've got this 75.24 level to come on down to. And actually, there's a little gap fill down here. Yeah, I would not be surprised if it filled. It may not fill today, but you know, it is Friday, and so now you never know what's going to happen. I think there'll probably be some risk off today. People going into the weekend, I don't think people are going to may not want to hold positions over the weekend because there's a lot of space, a lot of things that can happen, and then you're helpless. You can't do anything about it once the news breaks, and your markets are going to open up lower to just follow suit on what's happening with the news here. So pull back longs. That's your bias. You know, that's your thesis and what you're supposed to be, what you should be doing when you're above all the moving averages here. 20-day moving average 74.3205. You've got the 50 way down here at 7,091, and then the 100 just below that at 69.9305, and the 200 it's got to be down here. There's the 200, 68.60. Those levels, we're going to leave those levels there. If the market starts trending in that direction, and then we start having a little river fall and things start falling off, then you're going to probably, you'll probably hit these levels pretty quickly. You can see these are all speed. These will become speed zones if the market flushes, right? So pay attention to your levels, watch your levels, trade your levels. Don't get crazy thinking, oh, it's never going to pull back, because there will be a pullback, people. I know that this is pretty relentless rally that we're having right now, but big gap down here, or gap up, I should say, 744.24. Same thing. Looking at the SPY, it's a replica of the ES. So I would say if you lose 753.18, you're coming down to 743, which was an all-time high, and then you have this gap up to fill. Excuse me, sorry about that. There's a gap up here at 744.47, which comes into a weekly high from May 15th. So nice little break and retest, hold, watch that level, and then maybe a bounce off of that level right there. So watch this level right here. I would say, again, 753.21 level. If you lose that, you're going to get some flush, right? So watch your levels there. Let's get into the NASDAQ. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and then go down in the description so you can join our Discord community for live updates, videos, and then also you can upgrade to our trading desk from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. where we do live options trading. Also, if you want me to cover some different stocks, I'll feel free to drop a note in the chat, drop a note on our Discord levels channel, where you could just drop in, hey, well, I need some levels for certain stocks. I'll be glad to give you my support and supply and resistance, supply and demand levels, support and resistance levels. To me, I think those are the same thing, but they just changed the names on it. But I do not do penny stocks though. So anyways, Qs, or NASDAQ rather, flirting with this 30,379, which is the all-time high pre-market earlier this week. I would say if you lose this level right here, this pre-market level, 30,211.77, same thing, could create a nice little speed zone flush down to this 29,782 level. So watch those levels right there. You could also, this could be a good level for some support right here. This is the high from the 26th. So we can actually mark that. I'm going to mark that on the charts. That looks like a decent level. Okay. So same thing, people. You hear me talk about it all the time. Break and retest, right? You break a level. You come back down here. You saw that it gave you some resistance here, and then you broke it. And so now once you break a level, it comes down, and then you see how the market responds here. You see what the price action looks like. and this could be a level of a pullback long here. If you lose this level here, come back down to, I don't have anything that's really going to be significant. Maybe, it kind of coincides here with this high from Friday of last week. That's actually not a bad level to put. A weekly high is not bad. So we'll probably, I know it doesn't look like it's right on it, but we will mark it. Or when the market opens and you start trading. So the reason why you put these levels on here is because you don't want to be doing this while the market opens, right? You want to have these levels in place, and these are all break and retest levels, right? So this level right here, actually this is a better level here, this all-time high. Where did that all-time high come in? I'm not sure what the date was on that, but that was sitting there. So look at how the market responds to this, right? These are perfect examples. This is a break of that level, comes down here, and here is your retest level. Boom, right? Study break and retest. Great trade. It's a great way to make your trade book, right? Anyways, I don't have anything above this until we get to this regressional trend line up here that was set from October 12th, 2022. 31,133.57, and it also sits at this 127% Fibonacci extension level. 31,212.69. Right, watch those levels up there, right? So could get up there. I don't think it gets up there one day. Obviously, it's a tremendous move. So pullback longs, that's what you're looking for right now. Let's get into the Qs, and we'll get into Tesla. We'll get into the indicator, and then we'll close it up for the week. So right here, the Qs, same thing on the Qs, flirting with this 737.60 level. Not looking long until you can get above that level. Right now, you could see it's giving us some resistance there. Same thing, you got the speed zone sitting down here, and this is a previous day close from from Wednesday rather. So this level, you may get some support here if the market pulls back down to this level right here. It's Wednesday's close, and then someone mark this thing yellow just so we know while the market's trading. Boom, that's a Wednesday's close, and then I don't mind. The problem is you got this gap down here. Or gap up rather, at 715.68. This is a level that I would say a good pullback level here. So if you can be disciplined and avoid the noise, you wait, maybe if you lose some of these levels, you take it, you take your short down to this gap down, the gap up level, excuse me, that was set from last Friday, right? So, and then you also have where's Friday's high? Here's Friday's high right here. So, this is a pretty decent level also. End of the week, created an all-time high as well, 722.03, decent level of support. Watch that level there, okay? Now let's get into Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. And let's get into Tesla here. So Tesla, I wanted to point something out right now. We have this 444.62 level. It's a point of control that got filled on Wednesday, right off on the open here. So what I want to show you right now is this is the indicator that I have here. I can put it on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute. So right now we're looking at a 15-minute chart. And what I want to show you is how the levels start to develop here. So this is all. Let me see if I can get to a page that doesn't have any charts on it. So good, this is perfect. So everything that's being generated right now, this is the code that I wrote, okay? So it's the QOL Trading code. Let me just show here, boom. Studies, edit. It's QOL Mag 7, 1, 2, 5, and 15 minute, okay? So this is the code that we have here that I created. And so what it's doing right now is it's generating these levels before the market opens. So what you will see once the market opens, these dotted lines are like this dotted line right here. This is showing you what the low was from yesterday, okay? This green line here, this is showing you what the high was from yesterday. This thick yellow dotted line is the close from yesterday. And then these little tiny dotted lines right here, this is showing you the pre-market low, and this is showing you the pre-market high right now. Okay, so you can see as I bring my crosshair in here, it starts to develop before the market opens. So that once your market opens, we can go back and look at yesterday. This is the 15-minute chart. It looks clean. these levels and these codes are automatically on the sheet. I don't have to do one thing. They generate as the market opens. Once this first, and we are looking at the 15-minute again, once this first candle is done after the first 15 minutes, that creates the range, the first 15-minute range here. And then every trade is based off of this range. The first, whatever candle you're looking at, here, let's look at the 1 minute. So we'll get back to the 1 minute from yesterday. So here is the 1 minute. It's going to look very noisy. There was a lot of stuff happening yesterday. So let's get over. Here's the 1 minute. Okay, we are looking at a 1 minute chart from yesterday. Huge 1 minute candle yesterday, right? So I think it was a what was it? $3. It was I think it was it was like a $3. Excuse me, I'm a little slow this morning. $3 range, right? So now once this range was created here, you could see this high green, the dotted green here is the high of that range, and the red is the low. And every trade is based off of that first range there. So now we could see it starts to give us signals. I did not draw any of these arrows. I did not draw any of the text. This is all computer generated. I know I sound like a broken record, but interesting enough, yesterday, this was the one day that it did not hit a take profit. However, it's still giving you signals. You could still make your money off of this. And I made money yesterday, but I was trusting my data. And when I got into these trades, I think it was, probably right around here at about 9:48. I took my long. It was a break, and I was taking it up to this first take profit of $45, right? So I was going for that $5 move. Well, I took my long, okay, at about 9:48, and then it was good. It was profitable. I was taking some profits on, because I don't do just a one lot. So I was scaling out of the trade. And then right here, it gave me this yellow square. I'll make it bigger. So it gave me this yellow square, and the yellow square is telling you that your trade is done. Now, I trusted this. So I'm trusting the signal. So I got out of the balance of this trade. And then it started giving some different signals here. So even right here on this yellow square, it told me start exiting. It's telling me that whatever direction you're going, it's about to reverse. So I exited the balance of my trade right here. And then on the next candle right here, it said exit call. And then we continued to flush a little bit, but not horribly. And then it started chopping around here. And then it was giving you levels to get long at based on volume and levels. And I started getting in, started getting out, and I got a little chopped up yesterday. However, even if I stayed in the trade all day, I wouldn't have been losing anything. You could see how it supported that 1 minute opening range. Tried to get there later on in the day and never got there. That being said, on the Mag 7s, it was the same thing. It was kind of a choppy day for all the Mag 7s. So here's Tesla. Tesla didn't make it there. NVIDIA did not make it there. I won't open that up. Actually, I can't open it. I'm going to open them all up. So here's NVIDIA, same thing. Here's your 1 minute trade, and it's giving you your signals. I know it looks noisy right now because it's, now as I expand it, excuse me, as I expand it, it looks a lot cleaner, right? It's giving you your entries, exits, telling you when to get in, when to get out. Here you can see yesterday, this is the high from the previous day. It was respecting the high. It did not get over that high. And then, nonetheless, it's still giving you your signals. It tried to get there later on in the afternoon, right? We broke the range. It gave you your signals right here. These arrows right here are telling you to get into the trade. Never told you to get out. So you could have made some decent money on that, right? But it never hit to take profits. My data, so I'm just showing my data on when it hits a take profit, right? Here's Apple. Apple hit your take profit. Literally, I would say right here, within the first 20 minutes of the day, gave you your trade signals, and boom, hit your take profit. Broke your range, 310, got up to 312. That's a big range for Apple. Actually, it got up to the second price target as well. So Apple hit yesterday. I think 4 out of the 8 Mag 7 stocks hit yesterday. So here's another one that hit. This is Meta. So Meta gave you your price range right here. Once it broke their 639 level, you got $4 on your first move immediately. Second minute of the day, your day, second minute of the trading day, your day could have been done, right? And then it even plowed right through and hit your second target also. So once you lost your 639, could have rode that down to 634 price target, even though it went much lower, right? We're not looking at the extension on the moves. You want to try to develop your trade strategy and develop something where you keep a runner. That's great. But to me, my data is all based on if it hits one of the price targets. If the market is showing you, your price action is showing you that you're selling off, you broke your low on the range, you take your short, you know, it identifies where the stop is going to be, and then you get out. So Meta hit yesterday. So now let's get over to Google. Google looks like it hit yesterday without even looking at Google. You can see Google here. Boom. At what time did Google hit? 9:14, 45, about 45 minutes after the market opened, right? Oh, excuse me. Look at this. Google actually hit the first price target on the downside 3 minutes after the market hit. And then it hit the second price target 14 minutes after the market hit. Not bad. Hit the price target both on the downside. And then later on the day, if you stayed and you were trading Google, you hit your price target on the upside once. Once you broke your 384.89 level, you got $2 out of that at about 9:14, 45 minutes. And look at that, boom. And then you got your second price target at 386. So you would have had a double whammy on both days today. You hit both price targets on the downside, and then you hit both price targets on the upside. Moving along quickly, Amazon. Amazon looks like it hit yesterday as well. Amazon did not hit. So this is another perfect example. The market came down here. However, it was selling off. It was selling off. And then as you look right here, boom, it's telling you to take your trade, not doing anything. And then right here at about 9:12, it told you, it gave you that yellow square saying the direction you're taking a trade, get out. And so now what happened from there? From 9:12, never look back. Continue to rally up, continue to rally up. Boom. And then it tried to make it on the upside, never got there on the upside either. But you could see on the upside, it gave you that same signal as well. And then it kind of held right at that level all day. So positive things, even though it's not hitting the price target, it's telling you when to get in, when to get out. Lastly, we'll cover Microsoft. Microsoft, big winner yesterday also. Hit your price target at 8:45. You notice how I'm telling you the times that this is hitting, people? Why am I telling you the times? Because me personally, I made years ago when I created the name QOL Trading, I thought to myself, I want to be able to do something later on where I'm going to have some quality of life. And QOL stands for quality of life. And what does that mean? That means I don't want to be sitting by the computer all day long. As much as I love doing this is great. I would rather not do anything else in the world. As long as you can continue to make money. But I don't want to sit by the computer. I want to make my trades. I want to close the computer up, and I want to go enjoy my day. And especially now that summer is hitting. So here's another perfect example. The price target hit. You actually would have hit both your price targets 17 minutes after the market is open, and then your day is done. I will be developing something that's going to be an autonomous type of a trading. That's in the works also, where you're going to be trading all Mag 7 stocks and not have to do a thing. That's in the making, but the first step is we are going to get this thing marketed out to everybody, so everybody can look at what I'm looking at, and you can all trade on this and make money and base your trade book off of it. And so we can all be happy, and then you can all say nice things about me later on in life, right? So anyways, that's it for the Mag 7 stocks there. Let's go over what we're going to do today for the trade. So today trades, we're going to start out with the 445 calls. They expired today. And then I'm going to have the 440 puts expire. So you can see where they closed. Here's the 440 puts. They closed at $3.10. We are below the close with 442.10. So we're down about $3 right now. These premiums will be inflated, but they are expiring today. So it's not going to be that crazy inflated. Maybe in the mid fours, maybe high threes. We'll see where the market opens there. And we are on the 445 calls. 305 is where it closed. I may change this to the 440 calls when the market opens, because these will be, it's going to lose a lot of, it's going to be deflated very quickly when the market opens, because we are $3 below the close from yesterday, and it's expiring today. So that being said, that's going to be it for today. And if you have, because let me look at this one thing here. Yep. So yesterday was a chop fest, but not horrible. If you look at it, this is my old 5-minute opening range script that I have on here, where it does the same thing, where it shows you your break here. So if you did take your original break here on the 5-minute, you stayed in this trade all day, you didn't lose. It never dropped below there once you broke it on the upside, right? So watch your levels. I would say today, going into today, one of the important levels right here is this 439.74. As long as we are below this 439.74, I am not looking long unless you get that major flush pullback. Then I would start to consider longs. If you pop above 439.74 and hold, I think you push into this 442.10, which is yesterday's close. I would watch out to get a little resistance there. If you plow through that, then I think you start moving into this 441.96 level, which was yesterday's high. Possibly test that. If you can plow through that and get through the 444.62 level, then I think you I don't have anything until you get to 453.40. So upside, maybe be patient and see if the market responds. Gives you that pop and hold over the 444.62, and then you can get that push into 453.40. I like that. That's not a bad play. You do have this low from yesterday to contend with right here. It may test that. It's got 435.46 level. That's the low from the was that yesterday? That was actually, that was not the low from yesterday. That was the low. Actually, it was a low from yesterday. So yeah, you got to watch that level. There's a little bit of a gap up in here that you can't see. 433.57, I would watch that level. Actually, this low right here is from the 27th. That's what I have down here. So this is yesterday's low, right at 436.30, and then 435.46 is the low from the 27th, not the 28th. I made a bad one there. Okay, that's done. And that's about it, people. So again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and go in the chat there, and go in the chat where you see those links there. You can get on the QOL Trading website, and also there's a link there to get and join our free Discord community, as well as getting access to our trade desk from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time if you would like to upgrade. Aside from that, that's going to be it. Everybody have a great weekend, and hope to see you on Monday. I may make a video on Sunday, but also go to the QOL website, so you can put your name and email address in there, so you can get our 11th edition newsletter that's going to be out on Sunday. So that's about it, people. Have a great weekend, and I will see you.